mixed martial arts action in the 125-pound division. This bout brought to you by Shine Solar. Referee when the action begins, the Rocky Demir. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, hailing from right here in Bentonville, Arkansas. He represents Team Lome. He weighed in at 124 pounds even. Tonight, he makes his mixed martial arts debut, Scott Lome.
Lome.
His opponent across the cage in the red corner makes his home in Batesville, Arkansas. He represents Without Limits MMA. He weighed in at 123 pounds. Tonight, he also makes his mixed martial arts debut, Erik Calvert.
They're both coming out hot. A lot of times you're like, oh, is that guy going to sit back and try to counter? They're both bouncing around.
Oh, I think we're going to see some fireworks.
25s is normally the most entertaining.
Absolutely. That or the opposite side of the spectrum, heavyweights, because you get more knockouts. Good takedown.
Scott wasting
Scott.
no time with that double leg. And he's trying to do a mat return, but
he was trying to do a Ricky.
Normally, you don't want to reach back for that overhook like Erik just did, because you want to pummel the elbow down to get the underhook when you turn into your
A lot of
opponent.
action here. These boys are scrambling like eggs.
I like the wrestling that I'm seeing out of Erik. We just saw a outside leg trip.
Wrestling out of Scott.
Oh, yes, out of Scott.
But I'm liking the triangle I'm seeing out of Erik. If this looks locked in, it's at the crease.
But look at those legs.
What he's got to do is he's got to start sending that foot through and taking the noose and tightening it.
Well, the whole thing too is
And
at
hit that leg,
25s. Normally, you want to close that distance as much as possible. You want to slide, just like you said, you want to slide those legs together. That's not a real.
He's got to get his butt down, Scott, because he's giving him a cliff.
Yeah, now he's doing a great job of striking from his back. That's something that once you get that triangle locked, if you're not finishing it, you need to start doing damage, get a reaction
Elbows.
to pivot for
It's
this
a great
armbar.
position to elbow right here. I don't think they can as amateurs.
They can only elbow the body.
But he's cinching this thing up. This is definitely a tough position for Scott.
Well, because you see he's hooked the leg, and so that's
You
rotating
think he's going to
the body.
take him over? I think he's taking him over.
If he goes to the back, that means the triangle is a lot closer, because at that point, like normally it's a Hail Mary to get out of the position going to your back. But he's still active, he's still moving. You can see the hand movement. So
Yeah, I think Scott's found a little position where he's got air.
and that's one of the disadvantages of being super long and lanky, is that if you're fighting a smaller opponent, now it's a little bit harder to secure that, because you need to be tight when you're finishing a submission. And it's almost like Scott's using his foot to half Nelson him or reverse half.
Yeah,
Erik.
he's almost using it to relieve pressure.
I like that. I've never really seen that. And he's doing it because you can see Erik's elevating the leg, trying to take him over. And maybe using it to pivot for
And
the
you got to
armbar.
watch out. If you're cranking hard with your legs, there's a chance that you could stand up and your legs not be there.
Oh,
they
yeah.
could die.
Pop to the side.
I like what Erik's doing now. He's using those strikes.
Well, definitely on their feet. Scott needed to close the distance. He did some great takedowns. Ended up getting into the guard, and then you see Erik went right to the triangle, has locked it up, and this is where we've spent most of the time in this round now.
Let's go, Scott!
Oh, wow.
Move around. Pick him up!
It looked like it's getting tight.
It is so hard to pick somebody up when they hook your leg like that.
He's getting his air, though. He's out. He's out.
Oh, now
He's got to watch the armbar.
Got to jam in.
I think time's going to run out.
Oh, wow. Whoa. This
He
is
looks
a good
little
fight.
wobbled, but look at his legs. Like I said, Erik's legs are out from under him.
That's why he's jumping up and down
like
right now
that
to
move.
activate him. He's trying to keep him awake.
It might not be enough. I've been in that position before.
Especially
That's a bad position to be in.
Especially when you're new, and so you don't know how much strength to give a position, and that can really work against you.
So now, what if I was Scott? I wouldn't take him down, because that's where he's going to want to be, where he can't use his legs.
Well, if I did take him down, I wouldn't want to go into his guard. I would want to go into his half guard and sit on that leg so he couldn't use it, if that happened.
Well, the thing about your legs going down, and I'm speaking from experience on this, it's going to throw your strikes off. You're not going to be able to fire off those legs.
Yeah, but Scott being the shorter fighter, he's going to have to double up to get on the inside. And when he gets in on the inside, he's going to have to be active. You can't just wait. You just took a lot of damage to get in. You got to stay in.
Agreed. And we'll see if Erik's got his legs back.
No touch. Oh,
maybe I spoke too soon. Maybe Scott does have to look for that takedown.
When you fight a shorter fighter, though, you don't want to punch low without your body being low, and that's what I just saw. I saw Erik throwing body shots, but didn't change his levels and use his legs, which means his head would have been susceptible to like an overhand.
Scott seems to be the better wrestler of the group.
Well, the judges are looking for three things: effective striking or grappling. That's the first criteria. And now it looks like he's giving up his back in an RNC a little bit.
And it's under his chin. This is a bad position. He's got to start fighting those hands, Scott.
He's got to use that left arm and get it across Erik's body. Scott, but it's trapped under the leg. Do you see that in the position? Because he had the high C. Now
and out the back. Now he's in decent position, but he's got to watch that arm.
Yeah.
I think Erik's got the jiu-jitsu end for sure.
Oh, man, now we're back in the same triangle position. There was a small moment of opportunity that Scott could have put his right knee down on Erik's leg and prevented it. However, if Erik can't finish him in this position and Scott's able to adjust and not get submitted, Scott could do some damage with his hands. Because we've seen him survive in this position again because of how lanky Erik is with that triangle in his legs.
And it looks like he's trying to strike, but this angle is not a good place for him to camp out at.
Do you think it would be better for Erik to, instead of hook the leg, pull down on the head to try to really close that space?
If I was Erik, what I would be doing is taking my foot and shoving it all the way to the other side past my thigh. I'd let it ride that little crease of your leg, what I call the knee pit. And I'd take it and I would shove my leg further, to almost like you were playing the violin. Mm-hmm. And what that does is it closes the air hole. It tightens that noose. It tightens the stranglehold.
Yeah, there's three ways to submit the neck. Crank, which takes it to its limit and passes it. Choke, which stops the oxygen to the lungs. And strangle, stopping the blood flow to the brain. Triangle can kind of hit almost all three of those.
Oh, absolutely, especially if you're doing it correctly.
But the fact that Scott's been in this, Erik just hooked his leg in the body. There's actually a leg lock. If Scott would have known, he could have hipped in right there and popped the knee.
Yeah, it's a bad place to hang out with your knee in the hip.
Yeah.
Now, this is definitely a tougher one to score because this position...
It's a real move. It's a triangle, but you're on your back, and the other guy is kind
punching.
of outstruck you.
And it appears that he's safe in this position.
I don't know if I would have exerted all the energy to pick him up because he was already doing a great job of punching.
Now, let's see his legs now. Oh, his legs look all right.
It could be 1-to-1. It really depends on the judges and their most
view.
Judges don't have a lot of grappling. So they're not really, they don't understand how close that match is being finished with the triangle. But then again, me as an experienced guy with grappling, the fact that the guy was able to stay in the hole, Scott was in that the whole time, and I never saw him break to a hip and try to go to his back, and I saw him do damage. What do you score this fight right now? Is it 1-to-1 or is it 2-1?
You know, that is a really, really tough question because I am very aware now. After round one, it was prevalent that the triangle is a safe place for Scott. So the triangle is a safe place. And he was able to hang out and throw some strikes. So I'm kind of thinking this is 1-1.
I agree with you. But we're not judges right now. And so it could be anything. It could be 2-1. It could be 2-1 or 2-0 to
and
the
Judge Seedsacks doesn't even know how to grapple, so who knows?
Ooh, nice overhead from Scott.
Yes, Scott really needs to close that distance, and we might not see this go to a decision.
No. And, I mean, that's how they both are thinking, too. They want if you can finish the fight, you're going to finish the fight. Scott needs to lock his hands for that double leg instead
And
of just
Erik
keeping
needs
him on
to
him.
shove the head away. Push
Yeah.
it away. It's always, good elbows. I like what I'm seeing.
That's legal as long as it's not straight up and down. And because he gave that little bit of arc to it, that was completely legal.
That made it super legal.
Yeah. And everyone saw it. Right now, I'm kind of leaning towards Erik in this round because he was aggressor on his feet, landed a couple more shots. But Scott's now gotten that takedown. He's not in a choke.
But he's getting damage on him.
He is.
It's
And you
not
can
a
lose
good-
around that way.
It's not good to hang out there. Like right now,
Well,
Erik's winning the position.
I think Erik needs to go to the Kimura on that far side.
I would put that back against the cage personally.
Yeah. Oh, he does have the Kimura, but it appears that Scott's locking his hand. Oh, nope, the hands aren't locked. Now, if Erik's able to get his body on the outside of the arm,
He's got to
there,
switch those hips.
switch the hips, face him the other direction. Man, this
There he
is
goes. He's working for
now
that
he's
guillotine.
used that leg. If he used his right leg to hook that leg and pull it all the way out and send him to his butt, would have had an effective. Oh,
Big slam. Now he's got to get inside control and free his chin.
yeah, you definitely don't want to end the round in the guard. Here, right now, he could actually use an offensive like Von Flue choke. This round is still close, and there's still plenty of time in it, and you don't want to rest in any position.
No. If Scott gets in top and starts landing some big shots, I think he could steal this round from Erik. Right now, I think Erik did such good damage when they were in that takedown. I still give it his round, and he's still threatening things too, like this guillotine right here. He's got a hand on his chin. He's actively trying to get back to guard.
Well, now he's out of the guillotine, but
He's reaching back, so we always used to say that's the JV move, the reach behind. And now he's giving up his back. So what he's got to do is make his shoulder blades disappear. If you have no back, you can't get your back taken.
Scott can't stay on his back. He needs to come up. Wow. And Erik's doing a good job of trying to keep him there right now.
But it looks like his stead is still kind of hold up. Oh, nope.
Sometimes at the beginning of your career, you hold on too long.
I think this flurry is going to seal the deal. Oh,
Wow.
what a good match.
Beautiful fight.
I don't know. I'm glad I'm not the judge.
It's so easy to commentate and not have to be held accountable.
You would know it would be really hard to do this and judge at the same. Actually, we're kind of doing it now.
Yeah, that could happen. Ooh. Yeah, you see Erik running around right now. You want the judges to see that you could go another round. It's hard though because he's also breathing really heavy as he's jogging too. So it's
He
like
made himself more tired with that jog.
I love it when I see the corners go to shake each other's hands and the other athletes. I think that shows a very good sign of professionalism.
Oh, great show of professionalism. Jim Cooley with the official results.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 big rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges see this bout the same way. For your winner, by unanimous decision, in the red corner, Erik Calvert.